Some new reports have come out about a backstage confrontation with Brock Lesnar, so we'll see what went down there. We'll also check out what's new for the new NXT Women's Champion, Roxanne Perez, Mandy Rose, the rest of Toxic Attraction, and much more. Let's start things off with this backstage story with Brock Lesnar that comes from WWE's 2019 Crown Jewel event in Saudi Arabia. Brock Lesnar is known as being one of WWE's scariest stars, both in the ring and backstage. Brock Lesnar has also had his fair share of backstage confrontations over the years in WWE as well. Brock Lesnar even had one backstage fight with Chris Jericho a few years back at SummerSlam, after Jericho thought Brock was going off script when he busted Randy Orton open during their match. But what's also coming out now is a near backstage fight that Brock Lesnar had at Crown Jewel 2019 with members of Tyson Fury's entourage. Brock Lesnar was defending his WWE Championship that night against Cain Velasquez, and Tyson Fury was at the event for his first ever WWE match against Braun Strowman. It was reported that Fury treated this WWE event the same way that he was treating his boxing matches. So he brought all of his usual friends along as he normally would for any of his fights. The issue started backstage when one of Tyson Fury's friends was staring at Brock Lesnar. Brock eventually took notice of the staring and questioned the individual on what he was looking at. The member of Tyson Fury's entourage responded very aggressively to Brock Lesnar and challenged Brock to fight him right there and then backstage. So no one was joking around here in this situation. Brock Lesnar was as serious as he could be, and Tyson Fury's entourage was serious as well. The member of the entourage was reportedly on shortly after that incident went down. As far as what's next for Brock Lesnar in current day, we definitely haven't seen the last of him in WWE. Brock Lesnar is highly rumored and expected to show up again in WWE in time for WrestleMania season in 2023. No one knows at this current moment of time what exactly he'll be doing at WrestleMania 39, but there's a lot of rumors and options on the table. Obviously, the first option is a third match with Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar first began their feud in early 2022. It was a feud that fans have anticipated for a very long time. Bobby Lashley would constantly talk about his desires to finally meet Brock Lesnar in the ring during all of his interviews that he took part in over the last few years. And at the 2022 Royal Rumble, Bobby Lashley got his long-awaited wish. Bobby Lashley would end up defeating Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. But Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman played a big role in assisting that win to Lashley. So fans don't really look at that as a straight-up win for Bobby Lashley over Brock Lesnar. Things would come back full circle in late 2022, when Brock Lesnar would make a surprise appearance on Raw to attack Bobby Lashley and cost him the United States title. That led to Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar meeting for the second time in the ring at Crown Jewel. This match also told a unique story and featured a little bit of a screwy finish once again. Lashley was dominating Lesnar the entire match, but Lesnar was able to pull off one sneaky reversal to quickly pin Lashley and barely survive and escape with the win. That moment right there was followed up by Bobby Lashley attacking Brock Lesnar post-match, and it also led to this violent change in Bobby Lashley's entire attitude and demeanor. Bobby Lashley has been on the edge and overly aggressive ever since that loss to Brock Lesnar took place. So both matches featured a bit of a screwy finish, with no man truly pinning or defeating the other straight up. One win was due to outside interference, and the other win was basically a little quick roll-up sort of finish. So no matter how cheap both wins were, the series between Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley is all tied up at 1 apiece. So that's why fans think it'll make perfect sense for Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar to meet again at WrestleMania 39 to settle this once and for all. This would be the tiebreaker match, and the match where we see one of the men actually pull off a legitimate win over the other. So that's one perfect route to take Brock Lesnar in for WrestleMania. But like we went over a few weeks ago, another match that was being discussed for Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 39 was a match with Gunther, which we mentioned was also a perfect matchup for Brock Lesnar. Gunther is in the middle of one of the greatest intercontinental title reigns that we've seen in quite a long time. And as he gets deeper into his title reign, if he puts it on the line against Brock Lesnar, that's going to be a big dream matchup that fans will be more than happy to see. So that's the immediate rumored plans for Brock Lesnar in 2023. Maybe it'll be Gunther, maybe it'll be Bobby Lashley, but Brock Lesnar definitely has a few matches left in his tank. Roxanne Perez pulled off that major title win by ending Mandy Rose's 413-day-long title reign with the NXT Women's title. The conversation of Roxanne's big win was immediately overshadowed by the shocking surprise of Mandy Rose's exit from WWE. The conversation of Mandy Rose's release from the company just dominated the conversation online in the days that followed the match. But now that everything has settled down, Roxanne is speaking out about her big title win. Roxanne recently spoke with BT Sport and opened up about Mandy Rose and had this to say about her, quote, "You know, Mandy Rose is so amazing. She was really happy that she was able to pass the title down to me," end quote. Mandy Rose reacted to Roxanne's comments on Twitter by thanking her and calling her amazing as well. With Mandy Rose out of the company, she obviously won't be Roxanne's first challenger, but WWE has started to tease some potential opponents for Roxanne. Some of those first opponents include Mandy's former Toxic Attraction teammates of Gigi and JC. Gigi and JC had a promo on a recent edition of NXT, and they went over the history of Toxic Attraction, calling themselves the greatest women's faction in history. They never mentioned Mandy Rose by name or showed much of Mandy in the highlights that they were showing, but Gigi and JC blame Roxanne for putting an end to their empire and how they have to come after her for that. So that's a great direction for the immediate start of Roxanne's title reign. Sure, Mandy isn't there to get a rematch, but you have two of Mandy's former faction members right there that aren't happy with what Roxanne did to their faction, and now they're out for revenge. So we'll have to see how they handle that situation and if it'll be either Gigi or JC that will step up to the plate and try to defend the honor and legacy of Toxic Attraction by trying to get the NXT Women's title back. So in a way, we're still getting Toxic Attraction versus Roxanne Perez, just minus Mandy Rose. As far as things go with Mandy Rose, her agent recently told TMZ Sports that she's doing great and even made $500,000 in less than a week of leaving WWE, which is obviously more than she would have made in the same week of just being in WWE. So the decision was pretty easy for her to make. But what are your thoughts on today's stories with Brock Lesnar, Mandy Rose, and Toxic Attraction? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.